Employee Retention Credit, Internal Revenue Service. The Employee Retention Credit, ERC, sometimes called the Employee Retention Tax Credit or ERTC, is a refundable tax credit for businesses and tax-exempt organizations that had employees and were affected during the COVID-19 pandemic. The requirements are different depending on the time period for which you claim the credit. The ERC is not available to individuals. Beware of ERC scam promotions. Employers should be wary of ERC advertisements that advise them to apply for money by claiming the ERC when they may not qualify. Warning signs of aggressive ERC marketing. The Employee Retention Credit is a complex credit that requires careful review before applying, so be wary of unsolicited ads, calls, emails or texts from someone you don't know. Statements that the promoter or company can determine your ERC eligibility within minutes. Large upfront fees to claim the credit. Statements from the promoter that you qualify for the credit before any discussion about your tax situation. Statements from the promoter urging you submit the claim because there is nothing to lose. In reality, those improperly receiving the credit could have to repay the credit, along with substantial interest and penalties. These promoters may lie about eligibility requirements. Eligibility highlights. The credit is available to eligible employers that paid qualified wages to some or all employees after March 12, 2020, and before January 1, 2022. Eligibility and credit amount vary depending on when the business impacts occurred. The ERC is not available to individuals. Generally, businesses and tax-exempt organizations that qualify are those that were shut down by a government order due to the COVID-19 pandemic during 2020 or the first 3 calendar quarters of 2021, or experienced the required decline in gross receipts during the eligibility periods during 2020 or the first 3 calendar quarters of 2021, or qualified as a recovery startup business for the 3rd or 4th quarters of 2021. Eligible employers must have paid qualified wages to claim the credit. Eligible employers can claim the ERC on an original or adjusted employment tax return for a period within those dates. Limitations. Certain limitations apply to the ERC. For example, employers can't claim the ERC on wages that were reported as payroll costs for Paycheck Protection Program loan forgiveness. Qualified wages for purposes of the ERC do not include payroll costs in connection with shuttered venue operators grants or restaurant revitalization grants. How to claim. Eligible businesses that didn't claim the credit when they filed their original employment tax return can claim the credit by filing adjusted employment tax returns. For example, businesses that file quarterly employment tax returns can file Form 941X, Adjusted Employer's Quarterly Federal Tax Return or Claim for Refund PDF, to claim the credit for prior 2020 and 2021 quarters. Reminder: if you file Form 941X to claim the Employee Retention Credit, you must reduce your deduction for wages by the amount of the credit for that same tax period. Therefore, you may need to amend your income tax return, for example, Forms 1040, 1065, 1120, etc., to reflect that reduced deduction. Forms and instructions. To claim or correct your credit by adjusting your employment tax return, use the adjusted return and instructions that apply to your business or organization in the relevant tax period. For employers that file quarterly, Form 941X, April 2023 Revision PDF. Form 941X Instructions, April 2023 Revision PDF. Form 941 Instructions, December 2021 Revision PDF for additional information related to the ERC for quarters in 2021. Form 941 Instructions 2020 Revisions PDF for additional information related to the ERC for quarters in 2020. For agricultural employers, Form 943X PDF. Form 943X Instructions, February 2023 Revisions PDF. Form 943 Instructions, December 2021 Revision PDF for additional information related to the ERC for quarters in 2021. For employers that file annually, Form 944X Instructions, February 2023 Revisions PDF. For railroad employers, Form CT1X PDF. Form Connecticut 1X, Instructions, March 2023 Revisions PDF. Form CT1 Instructions, January 2022 Revision PDF for additional information related to the ERC for quarters in 2021. Form CT1 Instructions PDF for additional information related to the ERC for quarters in 2020. Report tax-related illegal activities. IRS Lead Development Center in the Office of Promoter Investigations. The IRS encourages people to report tax-related, illegal activities relating to ERC claims. Individuals who promote improper and abusive tax schemes. Tax return preparers who deliberately prepare improper returns. To report tax-related illegal activities relating to ERC claims, take these steps. 1. Complete Form 14242. Report suspected abusive tax promotions or preparers PDF. 2. Include with your form any supporting materials. 3. Send your form and materials by fax or U.S. mail to the IRS Lead Development Center in the Office of Promoter Investigations. Additionally, Congress passed legislation that modified the ERC after it was first enacted. If you need historical information about claiming an advance payment of the ERC in its first version, see Employee Retention Credit Frequently Asked Questions. These FAQs do not reflect the current status of the credit.